Welcome to Sky High for Kids. This is Jennifer Dizmang, the author of the Harry Hornaker series, and today we're talking about overcoming fear and reaching for the stars. With overcoming fear, many kids I talk to tell me some of the fears that they have are they're worried about what other people might think of them, fear of failing, physical fear like being bullied or jumped, and fear of looking stupid. You know, everyone faces some type of fear, but you get to decide whether you're going to let fear own you or if you're going to own fear. Now let's talk a little bit of the fear of what people think about you. From an early age, we're programmed with labels, both at home and at school. So what's a label? A label is when someone is trying to put you in a box and tell you who you are. There are two types of labels, negative and positive. An example of a negative label can be like if you're called a nerd or dumb or a troublemaker. An example of a positive label would be if somebody says nice things about you, like, oh, you're pretty, or you're smart, or you're cool. When someone puts a negative label on you, what they're trying to do is put you in a box and take away your power. The good news is that you get to choose if you buy into and believe this label. If someone says you're ugly, think to yourself, you know, I know who I am, and I know I'm not ugly. I'm a beautiful person in my heart. The irony of someone calling you ugly is that that is exactly what they're being by trying to label you. Now let's take a minute and talk about bullies. An interesting thing about bullies is that a lot of people don't know is that the reason a person is a bully is because somebody has stolen their power, and so now they're trying to steal yours. They feel weak and embarrassed in life, and they think that if they can put the focus on somebody else and make you feel bad or make you feel embarrassed, then other people won't see their weakness. Have you ever noticed that a bully won't pick on people that they think will stand up to him? A bully almost always targets someone that's either smaller or more meek in a gamble that that kid being bullied won't stand up to him. It's important to learn at an early age to stand up for yourself. People don't stop being bullies when they grow up. They keep finding people weaker than them to pick on. The key to minimizing the likelihood of being bullied is to know who you are within yourself and being confident enough to stand up for yourself. Draw your line in the sand and say, no, that is not okay. Is it scary? Yes. Is it risky? Yes. But is it worth shutting it down now versus being bullied for your whole life? Absolutely yes. Now, let's talk about self-talk for a minute. The key with self-talk, that's like what you're saying to yourself. And the key is don't say anything about yourself that you don't want to be true, because you will believe it and so will other people. Don't say that you're dumb or you're a bad person or you're broke or that people don't like you. When you say negative things about yourself, you're programming your subconscious to believe it and you're throwing away all of your power. I used to work at a prison for kids, and one of the kids in there had a stepfather that used to force him to write 1,000 times a day, I am bad. As a result, this kid would always say it. I'm a bad person. I'm a bad person. What's interesting is he wasn't a bad person at all. In fact, he was a great kid that had been abused to the point that he finally fought back. But his true problem was that he thought he was bad, and now he was programming himself to believe it too. Life is tough enough without you being your own worst enemy. Be on your own team. Build yourself up with good thoughts about you, even if you don't believe them at first. By saying them over and over, eventually you will believe them. Maybe one of the things you say to yourself is, I am good, I am strong, and I am kind, because you really are all of these things. Every day we make a choice of who we are going to be. I'm going to say that again because it's so important. Every day we make a choice of who we are going to be. And if we had a rough day, that's okay, because tomorrow we get to start all over again with a clean slate and the potential for a great day. Don't be afraid of the bad days. Be afraid of not trying every day to be the best person that you can be. Now let's talk about fear of failing or the fear of looking stupid. I talk to a lot of kids that say, I have difficulty learning, or I don't feel very smart. Being smart versus, quote, dumb, let's talk about that a little bit. First of all, you're not born either smart or dumb. It's a matter of how much you practice something. I'm sure you've seen a baby learning how to walk, right? They stand up, they stagger around a little bit, they fall down, they get back up, and then they try again. That's how we all learned to walk. At any point, did you say to yourself, learning how to walk is way too hard. I think I'm just going to quit. No, of course you never said that. If you had, you wouldn't be able to walk right now. Learning anything is the exact same way of learning how to walk. You have to do it over and over again. Sometimes it's painful, sometimes it's frustrating, and sometimes you fall down. But once you have the hang of it, you totally own it. You can do it without even thinking about it. Adding and subtracting numbers? No problem. Becoming a soccer star? No problem. It's just a matter of you being willing to practice something more than anyone else is willing to practice. It's all about making up your mind and then doing it, taking action, and not quitting when it gets hard. Because guess what? At some point, it's going to get hard, and that's okay. If it wasn't hard, everybody would be great at it. So let's talk about stretching outside of comfort zones. What does that mean? Stretching outside of a comfort zone makes us stronger and it builds our confidence. It means doing things that you don't feel comfortable doing. Yes, it feels uncomfortable and it also feels scary to do it. But once we realize that there's nothing to fear because we believe in ourselves. For example, I speak to a lot of English as a second language students, and a while back I was talking to a student named Cesar that is an English as a second language student, and he was telling me that he didn't start learning English until 3rd grade. He said it was really hard at first because not only did he not know the language, but he was trying to learn his schoolwork in a language that he didn't even understand yet. Sometimes he said he felt frustrated and he felt angry, but because he kept working hard and studying, by 5th grade, he was an A and a B student. And now he is so fluent in English that I would have never guessed that English was not his first language. Because Cesar didn't quit when things got hard, he's now having the success in life that he's always dreamed of. It doesn't matter if things are hard. Sometimes you're going to feel discouraged, and sometimes you're going to want to quit. And sometimes you're going to feel that no matter what you do, you can never win. When you're feeling like that, this is what I want you to remember. What truly matters in life is the work you're willing to put in to become the person you want to be. Let's say that again. That's pretty deep. What truly matters in life is the work that you are willing to put in to become the person that you want to be. Every day, focus on the life that you want to have and the person that you need to become to have that life. Focus on being honest and kind and having a solid character that allows you to believe in yourself. Character is the things that you do when no one is watching. A solid character means that you tell the truth. You don't steal, you don't lie, you don't cheat. It means you stand up for what is right, even when it's not easy, and you stand up for yourself and your own potential. No one can take away your dream unless you let them. When people tell you that you can't do it, I want you to say, I can't hear you, because no one else knows what you are capable of doing. Don't let other people steal your dream. Believe in you, be willing to work hard for your dreams, make good choices, and be kind to others. And before you know it, you will be living the life that you dream of. I'm Jennifer Dizmang, and this was Sky High. I hope you guys have a great day. Get out there and accomplish your dream.